Hello friends, welcome back to yet another session on SHRM. I am Resham and I am a faculty at Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology, Greater Noida. In today's session, we are going to talk about the approaches to SHRM and what are the various approaches that are available, like the performance based approach, the commitment based approach, involvement based approach, and what are the major challenges that are faced by an organization in following SHRM. So, let us quickly look into the various approaches of SHRM. So, there are various areas in which the company need to emphasize when we talk about strategic HRM, and the first and foremost area that the company has to build strategies on are the competitive advantage. So, when we talk about competitive advantage, we should talk about what makes the company different from its competitors and the other organizations in the industry. So, this includes not only the product, the quality of the product or the services that they are providing, but also about how they position themselves in the market. Apart from that, the price or the technology that they use is also playing a major role in getting the competitive advantage. However, the most important factor here we are concerned about is the human resources. How well the organization uses its available human resources to create a competitive advantage, and how it is utilizing its strength of the human resources in creating a advantage over its competitor. So, this is one of the area where strategies have to be made in order to create a competitive advantage amongst the employees. This can be done through training and also giving them developmental aspects, like giving them training on the new technologies or giving them training about the new facilities that are available and what are the new geographical areas in which they are trying to venture. So, with all these areas, the employee need to be trained, and once this training is done and implemented, there comes a competitive advantage for the organization. Apart from that, there are various other HR strategies related to policies and guidelines which the organization needs to design, and this will also help the organization to have a competitive advantage in order to attract better employees. So, if we take an example here, let us talk about Google, where the competitive advantage lies not only in the usage of the technology or how good and better they provide technology to their employees, but also about what are the various facilities that are available for the employees and what are the other benefits that this employee reap in while working with Google. So, this is how competitive advantage is important in strategic HRM. Apart from that, there are other development perspectives that needs to be identified. So, when we talk about organization venturing into new business areas, like maybe the organization has decided to start with a new product or with adding additional benefits to the existing products, or whether they are trying to relocate themselves into a new business geography, or maybe they are trying to become global from the current domestic market. So, in all these areas, whenever there is a growth or development happening, there requires a lot of emphasis on how well the HR personnel are trained in the organization and what kind of qualities, capabilities and the skills that are there in the existing workforce. If the existing workforce is not prepared or ready to venture into a new area or a new market, there the organization may fail miserably. But if the organization has taken few steps well in advance, like to train their employees, there it becomes important, and here the employee will also be able to develop their own self. This will bring a change in the existing way of working that the employees are currently working, and also this will improve on the productivity and efficiency of the existing workforce. So, development perspective is also another important area in SHRM. Apart from that, The organization needs to have a resource based setup. When we talk about resources, we are very much aware that the organization utilizes its financial resources, technology resources, and also all the production and service based areas for the improvement of the organization. However, the very crucial usage of all these resources are only possible if the HR or the human resources in the organization makes use of their skills in utilizing all the existing resources. So, very crucial thing that an employee needs to do in the organization is that he should be able to use his skills, and he should be helping the organization in utilizing the available resources to the maximum capacity. This is how HR strategies need to be built across the resource base. This will be possible if the organization focuses on how well are they going to monitor the performance of the employees within the organization, whether the employees are using their maximum potential, are they efficient in utilizing the available resources, are they capable of using their skills for the improvement of the organization. Unless and otherwise the performance is not monitored on these parameters, resources may not be utilized efficiently. Hence, it is very important for the organization to build strategies to check whether the resources are utilized well or not. Going forward, we also need to build strategies on how to improve the work culture or how to improve on the existing work environment that is there in the organization. When we talk about work culture, we include both the individual as well as the team. When we talk about the team, the organization need to focus on what kind of work culture is prevalent and what is expected from the employees. And in order to have a good work culture, the organization needs to train the employees or also keep them updated about their long term strategies, so that the employees in the organization also work towards them. In order to have a good work culture, the employee should be aware about what type of expectations the organization has from them and towards their customer. If the employees within the organization follow the work culture, that will bring about a good work environment and not only satisfy the employees within the organization, but also satisfy the customer, because ultimately happy employees will lead to happy customers, and this will help in the overall growth of the organization. Coming to the next point, that is technological upgradation. So, the organization in the current scenario has to make certain changes in their work, the working style, because there is a lot of technological changes that are happening every day. Apart from that, in the current situation where there is pandemic, technology has been very much helpful in extending the business to the customer in all possible manners. Say for example, if we talk about banking, the technological upgradation has helped banking industry a lot, and many of the customers do not visit the bank, but they are able to use the technology for availing all the services of the banking industry. So, if the employees in the organization needs to use these technology, they need to be trained on it. Say for example, today the expectation of the employees have been changing over a period of time because of the various technology that are available, like social media, internet facility, and the other technological upgradation that has happened eventually in the last 2 decades. So, ultimately it becomes very important for an organization to involve the employees to utilize this technology and provide better services to their customer. So, this HR strategy need to be designed in such a way that the technology upgradation can be utilized to the maximum extent, and also the employees who are working in the organization are able to focus on the changing needs of the technology. So, this is also a very important area. Apart from that, there are several behavioral practices also that the HR strategy has to take care of. When we talk about the behavioral practices, here we majorly focus on how the employees in the organization behave or how they react or respond to a given situation. When we talk about service industry or product industry, there are various aspects of the employees which will reflect on the customer about the quality of the organization itself. Many service based industry have to take care of their employees behavioral aspects, because unless otherwise they are not trained and tuned according to the expectation of the industry or the customer, the organization may not be able to maintain its position in the business. So, for example, if we take aviation industry, for the retail industry or for the hospitality industry, behavioral practices plays a major role in customer retention, and the behavioral practices are totally in the hands of the employees who are working in the organization. So, the HR needs to keep a close watch on how well the employees in the organization are behaving and how do they treat each other and how do they treat their customers. So, ultimately the emphasis should be given on behavioral practices while designing the HR strategies. Now, let us move forward to what is the major role of SHRM in an organization. So, when we talk about strategic HRM, we generally focus on how well the HR department or the manager from the HR team are focused towards attainment of the strategic goals. So, when we talk about organization, every organization has to have a clear cut plan of action and they have a clear mission and vision statement and the objectives of what they want to attain in the next 5 to 10 years and way ahead. So, in order to keep in line with the strategic goals of the organization, it is very important that each and every employee within the organization is in tune with the strategic goals of the organization. So, how is it possible for an organization to achieve it unless otherwise the human resources within the organization are not working towards attaining? So, it is very important that organization has to govern and implement roles and have capable employees in the organization in order to attain the strategic goals. Apart from that, SHRM managers are expected to have a clear idea about what the competition is doing in and what are the immediate competitive companies are doing in terms of their HR. So, here comes the role of the HR manager to be an information provider in strategic decision making. How can the HR manager do this? In order to provide information about what the competing companies or what the competitors are doing with their employees, it is very important for HR managers to collect resumes of employees working for the competitors or inviting them for positions in the organization. This will help the HR manager to get a clear idea about the policies, the salary packages and the various benefits that the employees of the competitor companies are availing, and this will also help them to identify strategies which can make the existing employees satisfied and not move into the other companies. So, this will help the retention of the existing workforce and also help the organization to attract better employees in future. So, this is also a very important role that a HR manager plays in an organization as a part of SHRM. Apart from that, the HR manager should be also using his skills in taking right decisions for the organization. So, when the organization is heading towards new areas, like if they are heading towards new geographies or they are heading into a new market, venturing into new products, the important decision that a HR manager is expected to take here is identify the key areas and the key skills that will be required in order to grow into the new areas. And this is only possible by identifying what is the expected skills required in order to move into the new market and whether these skills are available with our existing employees or do we need to hire new employees with the new skills. So, these decisions are only possible if the HR manager is having a clear idea and has knowledge and the capabilities to identify these areas. Apart from that, the HR department is also playing a major role as a functional department of the organization. Earlier, HR was considered as a cost center, but over the period of last 2 decades, it has become important for an organization to focus on the human capital as a resource and also implement all its areas where the function of the employees can be used for generation of revenue. Hence, the cost center has now become a more functional area and this provides the revenue to the organization by utilizing the skills of the human capital. So, apart from that, the HR manager also plays a major role as an administrator in the organization. What are the various skills that is there in the HR manager that is more towards administration? So, the most important part is being the line manager or utilizing the line manager for keeping a tab of the existing human resources is a very crucial part of HR. So, the HR manager needs to liaison with all the line managers and ensure that the organization is functioning in the right order. So, this is also a major role that a HR manager is expected to play. So, let us move towards the various approaches towards SHRM. So, let us talk about performance based approach. So, here when we talk about performance based approach, it is more of a backward integration. Why does a particular employee perform in a certain way as he is performing now? What are the reasons that is stopping him from performing, or why is it that a certain employee is able to perform better when compared to the other? So, to identify these factors, it is very important that the HR manager is able to identify the core competencies of the employee, and hence performance based approach is a backward integration. So, here we talk about what is the expected performance and how will this be achievable. So, a backward calculation is done and the entire re-engineering is done by the HR department. Apart from that, here the focus is more on the output or the performance of the employees rather than the input that is being given by the employee. So, ultimately here the performance of the employee is counted and any changes that is required in the performance need to be marked and necessary training has to be given. So, what are the strategies that need to be prepared in order to have a performance based approach? So, strategy need to be developed on technology, materials, the operating procedure, the supply and maintenance, and also how good these strategies will work together in order to attain the performance that is expected from the employees. So, the various strategies need to be developed in each and every aspect, and we should, when we are talking about the performance based approach, here we talk about individuals and how good the individual is able to perform. Here we are not talking about a collective performance, but we are talking about individual performance. So, let us now see what are the strategies in which we need to make improvement. So, we should design a better procurement strategy, there should be a development strategy, and what is the compensation that we are going to give to our employees, and how good the industrial relations are prevalent in the organization. So, how good is their work culture in the organization. So, all these are the major factors that has to be focused when we are talking about SHRM as a performance based approach. Now, let us talk about commitment based approach. Here it is more of a psychological nature, where the focus is more towards what is the desired objective and how the input is given by the employees. When we talk about commitment, it is whether the employee is clear about the objective and whether he is taking initiatives and working towards the achievement of the pre-planned objectives. So, here the commitment is from the employee and how well he is able to perform towards attainment of the objectives. So, the resources need to be considered in such a manner that every resource is important, and the quality of the human resource which is going to put all its effort, like with the capabilities, with the knowledge, with the skills and the experience, and also his or her problem solving ability, will majorly focus on how committed the employees are towards the achievement of the desired objective. Now, let us see about resource based strategy. So, as I said earlier, resource of the organization includes not only the raw material, technology, or the other factors of production, but it also includes human resources. So, here the psychological and the internal feelings of the employee also should be considered, and we should also focus on the contribution of the employees in order to make a effective output. So, the impact of their feelings and their commitment is going to impact positively on the production, the volume, the quality of the products or the services that is being rendered by the organization. Apart from that, the employer-employee relationship and the industrial relationship that is there in the organization, the peace that is there in the organization, also has a major impact on the quality of work that is given by the employees. So, the strategies are prepared keeping in mind whether the employees are satisfied and are they happy, and are they willing to cooperate for the attainment of the objective. Unless the employees are not committed and they are not doing their jobs properly, it is not easy for the organization to implement the work, and also it is not possible for the organization to grow up to the extent they are planning to do. So, it is very important that the compensation and the incentives that are given to the employees are matching to the expectation and also matching to the quality of the employee. So, what are the various challenges of SHRM? In today's changing scenario, the various challenges that are faced by the human resource department is first and foremost the environmental challenges. The environmental challenges includes the most important factors like rapid changes in the technology, the various changes that are happening in the government or the legal aspects of the business, and also globalization that is happening in the world. So, ultimately the workforce diversity also plays a major role in the environmental challenges. The entire work culture has changed over a period of time, because the more the global organizations are working in various parts of the world, there is a lot of changes that is happening in the work culture, and this also creates an impact on the organization. Apart from that, global alliances are happening all over the world, and two organizations from different geographical backgrounds join together to have a combined product. So, in such scenario also HR department face a lot of challenge, and there is a lot of role difficulty that is also being faced. Say for example, the employee needs to keep maintaining his work and his family roles at the same time. If we talk about the pandemic, when people were working from home, there was a very close line of difference between the personal as well as the professional roles that the individuals were playing from their workplace and working from home. So, this is a kind of balance that they need to strike, and this also becomes a challenge for the HR department. Apart from that, there is a lot of shortage in the skills that is available in the market. So, over a period of time, when the service sector has increased in the last 10 to 20 years, the kind of quality of skills that is required has been reducing drastically. So, HRs are facing a problem of skills shortage, and they are not able to identify quality employees for the work. Apart from that, organizational challenges are some of the internal challenges that are faced by the particular organization. Say for example, controlling cost, improving the quality, and creating a distinctive capabilities amongst the employees could be some of the internal challenges that are being faced by the organization. Apart from that, when the expansion is happening, lot of restructuring happens. So, when a company is deciding to go global, or they are going to open up offices with various geographical locations, they also face the challenge of restructuring, like outsourcing, line manager, downsizing, sharing the service centers, and also various human resources managers in different parts of the country. Apart from that, there are some individual challenges also, like how the individuals perform, whether they are empowered, what kind of job insecurity they are facing, and whether they are matching with the people who are currently working in the organization. So, the productivity of the individual also is an important challenge that is being faced on the individual level by the HR managers. So, I hope this was useful to you, and this session was able to clear the various approaches of strategic HRM. Thank you.